So I know that you've heard about the law of attraction, but let me describe the law of attraction in terms of energy. The law of attraction describes a property of energy where energies that are similar are attracted to each other. So, for example, anger attracts more anger, or conflict attracts more conflict, and compassion attracts more compassion. So since the advent of the movie The Secret, a lot of people are trying to put the law of attraction into operation in their lives in order to attract things that they want, whether it's a career or a relationship or even a particular object or a connection with spirit. But many people have said to me, and maybe you've heard this too, maybe you've even said it, the law of attraction doesn't really work all the time, or it doesn't really work for me, or I can't count on the law of attraction working. Well, I can assure you that the law of attraction works all the time. You can't have a law of the universe that works sometimes for some people and in some conditions, but doesn't work other times. It's a law because it's a law. It always works. We always attract what we're resonating, what we're vibrating. But what we have sometimes as human beings, we have a little bit of difficulty with the idea of focus and focusing our thoughts. So let me talk about that a little bit. One problem that we have with focus is the idea that I call opposite thinking. Opposite thinking are those thoughts that creep up in your consciousness that take you in a direction that's the opposite of what it is that your goal is. So let me give you an example. I have a goal. I want to increase my level of charitable giving in this tax year. So I'm thinking really big, and I'm deciding that I'm going to give away $10,000 this year. And I'm going to let this cushion over here represent my goal. So this is the goal of $10,000 of charitable giving. And I'm not right here right now. I'm over here. Okay? I'm pretty far away from my goal. So I'm doing all the things that one would do if one was trying to achieve a goal. I'm imagining the end product. I'm imagining having given away $10,000. I'm imagining having talked to my accountant and say, I have these receipts for $10,000 of charitable giving. And I'm thinking about logging onto my bank account and seeing a large balance so I know I can write a big check. And I'm making a list of all the organizations that I would like to give to this year. And I'm imagining writing the checks. I'm really like taking out my checkbook and imagining writing the checks, and I feel so great about it. And as I do these things, I'm moving myself closer to my goal. Opposite thoughts creep into my consciousness and into yours, usually following the word but. So I'm thinking about, I'm going to do this. I'm really excited about this goal. I can see myself. I can feel myself having achieved the goal. But I don't know if I can actually do it. I'm not really sure I'm going to have enough money to be able to do that. Okay. Well, and I'm imagining how great it's going to feel to talk to my accountant, to look at my bank balance, and to write the checks for the organizations. But I'm not sure I deserve to feel this good. I'm not sure I'm worthy. Another opposite thought. Or I'm thinking about writing the checks and feeling really good, and I'm actually writing a check to the Siva Foundation, and I'm actually writing a check to the Agape International Spiritual Center, and I'm actually writing a check to my local church, and it feels great. But gosh, I thought I would be further along. I thought it would go better than this. I thought, gosh, I want more proof that I can actually do it by the end of the year. Those are all opposite thoughts, and they take us away from the goal. At this rate, if I keep indulging in those opposite thoughts, I'm going to need to walk 25,000 miles around the whole circumference of the earth in order to get to my goal. There's a much more direct way. So what do? One thing that you can do is counteract opposite thoughts with positive intention thoughts. So when you're counteracting an opposite thought, you're actually turning your consciousness around and pointing it again in the direction of the goal where you want to be. And think a thought that's directly related to you achieving your goal that feels good to you. I aim for a ratio of 9 positive intention thoughts to every opposite thought that I become aware of. And that's because I know a lot of the opposite thoughts that operate in my consciousness are below my level of awareness. They're they're working on patterns that I laid down a long time ago, and I don't become aware of them. So I just try. You know, I don't always get it, but if I find myself going, oh, I'm not sure I deserve this, I turn myself around and I think, these are the things that I've done in my life that I've achieved. These are the things that I've succeeded about, and I know I can succeed at this too, and I'm going to feel good when this happens, and I'm feeling good about it right now, and I'm feeling as if it's already achieved. So you can counteract opposite thoughts with positive intention thoughts. So the other problem that we have is a dissipation or a dispersion of focus. And we are very busy people. We have thousands of things going on, millions of thoughts running through our heads. And if you can imagine the entire creative force of the universe entering, as it does, our consciousness, your consciousness, and then immediately being dispersed in a million random directions, a million random thoughts, instead of focused like a laser on one positive intention. We rob ourselves of some of the power of our intention by being so busy and so distracted. So try this. Sit quietly and close your eyes and imagine in the space in front of your face a blue triangle. Just imagine the blue triangle. Think only of the blue triangle. Only pay attention to the blue triangle. Now open your eyes. How many of you were able to hold the image of the blue triangle in your mind exclusively for that period of time? And how many had other thoughts creep in? Thoughts like, I wonder how long I'm going to have to sit here and doing this. Or even, I wonder if my triangle is the right color blue or the right size. Or should my triangle be pointing up or should it be pointing down? Or it's cold in here. Or I wonder what I'm going to make for dinner. Or any one of 1,000 thoughts. It's very common to have our energy be completely dispersed by random thoughts. It's almost beyond our control. So what can you do? You can practice. Practice holding your focus and your attention on one thing at a time. Just practice for a little while every day. You can practice with the blue triangle or a red circle or some other visual technique that is great if you're visual and you can visualize. Or if you're more tactile, you can imagine something like holding a kitten in your lap and what that would feel like, feeling the cat purr and feeling the fur as you pet it. Or if you're kinesthetic like I am too, I do this on the hiking trail. So I'll challenge myself from here to that tree. I'm only going to think about my feet hitting the ground, one foot after another after another. You can practice. Practice makes perfect. And as we practice and we expand our ability to concentrate and focus, we begin to put the power of the law of attraction to work for us. You know, we're all going to have challenges doing this, but most of us can improve and stretch our ability to focus. And when doing that, we're going to be able to put more of the power of the universe behind our intentions and create the things that we're intending to create. So, 2 things you can do. Counteract your opposite thinking and learn to increase your level of focus and concentration and put that focus and concentration on the things that you're hoping to achieve in your life.